Lesson 2. Understanding different communication styles for effective communication. Greetings and welcome back. Today our focus will be on understanding and adapting to different communication styles. The great philosopher, essayist, and poet Ralph Waldo Emerson once proclaimed, "Who you are is speaking so loudly that I can't hear what you're saying." Even though this quote dates back to the 1800s, it remains incredibly relevant today. While we can amass a plethora of effective communication tools, watch the world's most talented speakers, and even attempt to mimic them, nothing will ever elevate your communication skills as much as being genuine and authentic. Of course, we all have our good days and bad days, and that's okay. You can have a rough day, come across as slightly mean, and still be an honest and good person. In our first session, we embarked on a journey spanning 2.5 million years of communication evolution, 17,000 years of the English language, and arrived in a whole new century. We explored the history and biological underpinnings of communication because we wanted you to comprehend why our brains are so susceptible to subtle cues. After millions of years of practice, controlling our words is easier than controlling our tone, gestures, and facial expressions. If you're being disingenuous, people will likely pick up on that. Sure, you could learn the tricks to having an honest conversation while telling a lie, but it will never be as effective as being truthful. Authenticity and sincerity will always resonate with people in a way that deceit never will. Who you are will always speak louder, so understanding yourself is crucial to being an effective communicator and leader. Moreover, it is essential to understand the people you're communicating with. Though the 15th century Renaissance was a monumental period for writing and literature, the last 200 years have transformed the way we perceive communication. The ancient, primitive methods embedded within our DNA remain our most powerful tool. That's why we covered the history of communication in the first session, to show you that reading books, watching videos, and trying to imitate skilled communicators won't suffice to make you a great communicator. Instead, tapping into your own and others' innate communication structures is key. While this might sound daunting, it's made easier thanks to the ingenious work of scientists and psychologists who study the connections between our personalities and the ways we communicate. Our personalities influence how we prefer to communicate with others and how we respond to the information we receive. The first step to becoming a better communicator is acknowledging that everyone's personalities are unique, shaped by genetics, experiences, environment, memories, thoughts, and emotions. With such a vast array of factors influencing our personalities, it's inevitable that our communication styles will differ as well. Often, when someone is critical of you, it's not intended as a personal attack. Likewise, when someone is sensitive to what you've said, it doesn't necessarily mean they think you're a bad person. You have two choices here: either communicate effectively or not. If you can master the art of communication, you will unlock a world of stories and experiences. You'll make people feel safe in your presence, and they'll be more open, trusting, and willing to do things for you. There are 4 fundamental aspects of communication. Keep in mind, these are broad generalizations, and it wouldn't be fair to pigeonhole everyone into these categories. However, if you're going to learn about communication, it's important to be aware of them. Throughout the years, many psychologists have proposed various communication styles. While they share similar foundations, they often have slight variations in their names. Leadership IQ, an employee management firm based in New York City and founded by best-selling author and leadership guru Mark Murphy, developed a set of communication styles that are more user-friendly than the assertive, manipulative, aggressive, submissive, and passive-aggressive styles created by psychologist Edmund Bourne, and more impactful than the relator, socializer, thinker, and director styles created by Tony Alessandra and Phil Hunsaker. According to the team at Leadership IQ, there are 4 types of communication styles: analytical, intuitive, functional, and personal. Take a moment to consider which communication style you might use. As we explain these styles in more detail, you may find that you initially thought you belonged to one style but actually resonate with a different one. Analytical communicators focus on data and facts. They may come across as cold, detached, or even somewhat angry because they tend to view situations from an objective perspective, relying on logic. When speaking with an analytical communicator, it's essential to be direct and honest. The so-called compliment sandwich technique, where you start with something positive, insert the negative feedback, and end with another positive, is not suitable for this type of communicator. Intuitive communicators, on the other hand, prioritize results over processes. They focus on the bigger picture and may be challenging to work with because they often bypass processes to achieve results, sometimes overlooking crucial details. Functional communicators are the opposite. They focus on processes and are detail-oriented, reliable, and thorough. However, they can be perceived as somewhat boring and may struggle to maintain an audience's attention. Lastly, personal communicators are in tune with other people's feelings. They excel at conveying difficult information, demonstrate empathy, and act as diplomats who concentrate on emotions. It's inevitable that conflicting communication styles will occasionally intersect. Generally, it's only with personal communicators, the diplomats who prefer to avoid conflict, that communication will be smooth and fruitful. Regardless of your communication style, it's crucial to understand yourself and the person you're speaking with. Consider whether you can adjust your style to accommodate theirs, or modify the way you deliver information to enhance their understanding. In our next session, we'll delve deeper into the influence of personalities on communication and explore how this knowledge can enhance your communication skills in our next lesson. Be sure to like and subscribe for our Life Theory channel to never miss a new video or lesson from a premium pack like this one. And until next time, keep on rising.